Hello guys, Belle here, going to give you a walkthrough of the honor talents for Legion PvP for the Holy Paladin. If you need more information on how Legion PvP is looking, including an example of what it looks like to prestige, how the honor level system works, as well as where you acquire your gear from, please click the top right hand corner of the video when you're done watching so that you can see the Legion PvP breakdown video. So these talents here that you're going to unlock as you gain honor levels. Every couple honor levels you'll unlock a new talent. You'll be able to use those in PvP. Your first row of honor talents here is actually going to be the same for all classes and specs. So it's the same, it's your CC defensives, and they will be the same for every single class. Your first one, which is going to be the one you get by default when you get to level 110, is going to be your Gladiator's Medallion. This is an instant. It's on a 2-minute cooldown. It removes all movement impairing effects and all effects which cause loss of control of your character while in PvP combat. The second one here is going to be Adaptation. This is passive. All loss of control effects with the duration of 5 seconds or more will activate your Honorable Medallion spell, but only causes it to incur a 60-second cooldown. For your Relentless, this does replace your Honorable Medallion. It is passive. Duration of incoming crowd control effects is reduced by 25%. Now, it is important to note here that I did test both of these. And obviously I didn't need to test the medallion because it's your trinket, but I felt like this is what's needed for arenas because you are going to need to be able to control your, you're going to need to be able to control when you use your CC breaker here. It's super important for that control in arenas. However, for Battlegrounds, I did find that Relentless, because it reduces the duration of all incoming crowd control effects by 25%, I felt like I was in CC less in Battlegrounds. So because a lot of classes and a lot of roles will be constantly CC'd in a battleground situation in RBGs, I felt like it was better to have a reduced time for those effects versus just being able to leverage my trinket only once every 2 minutes. Did seem I was in CC less, and I did appreciate that, so this was a lot better for me gameplay wise in Battlegrounds. Something to note, doesn't necessarily mean it's the rule, guys. This is just kind of my take on the situation, and especially with being a healer, I think that this would be more useful in Battlegrounds and RBGs than actually leveraging your trinket. So with your next one here, you do have Defender of the Weak. This is passive. After healing a target below 50% health, you do gain 20% haste for 5 seconds. Vim and Vigor, this is passive. While you are at or above 80% health, your healing is increased by 20%. Divine Favor, this is instant. It's on a 45-second cooldown. Your next Holy Light or Flash of Light is increased by 100%, costs no mana, and is unable to be interrupted. Your Divine Vision, this is passive. Increases the range of your aura by 30 yards. Unbound Freedom, this is also passive. Blessing of Freedom also increases movement speed by 20%. Your Cleanse of the Weak, this is passive. When you dispel an ally within your aura, all allies within your aura are dispelled of the same effect. Your Holy Ritual, this is passive. Allies are healed for 32k when you cast a blessing spell on them, and they're also healed for another 32k when the blessing ends. Pure of Heart, this is passive. Whenever you or allies within 10 yards are healed from any source, they are cleansed of all diseases and poisons. Light's Grace, this is passive. Increases the healing done by your Holy Light by 100%, and your Holy Light reduces all damage the target receives by 5% for 8 seconds. This does stack up to 3 times. Your Avenging Light, this is passive. When you heal with Holy Light, all enemies within 10 yards of the target take holy damage equal to 30% of the amount healed. Your Ultimate Sacrifice is passive. Your Blessing of Sacrifice now transfers 100% of all damage to you into a damage over time effect. Darkest Before Dawn, this is passive. Every 5 seconds, the healing done by your next Light of the Dawn is increased by 20%. This does stack up to 10 times. The effect does not occur while Light of Dawn is on cooldown. For your final set here, you do have Spreading the Word. This is passive. Your allies affected by your aura gain an effect after you cast Blessing of Protection or Blessing of Freedom. Of course, your Blessing of Protection, physical damage is reduced by 30% for 6 seconds, and your Blessing of Freedom cleared all movement impairing effects. Blessed Hands, this is passive. Your blessing spells now have 1 additional charge. And finally, Avenging Crusader, this is going to replace your Avenging Wrath. This is instant. It's on a 1-minute cooldown. You become the ultimate Crusader of Light, increasing your Crusader Strike, Judgment, and auto attack damage by 40%. The cooldown recovery rate of your Crusader Strike and Judgment is increased by 50%. And when you deal damage with those abilities, you and your nearest 2 injured allies will be healed for 20% of the damage done. This does last up to 20 seconds. So this is going to be what your talents look like for PvP. I will be doing guides on all specs for PvP and PvE when Legion is live. I'm waiting until we have a more solidified talent set here. If you have any questions, feel free to comment on the video. If you're new to PWNCAST, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on all the Legion news. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, guys. As always, I do appreciate you guys watching the video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.